I've been on a journey of self-improvement for a while now, and a large part of that has been intermittent fasting. But lately, I've been exploring a new area of growth, understanding my brain better. Recently, my daughter and I were both diagnosed with ADHD, and it's been eye-opening to see how our brains seek dopamine and how that can make some things harder or easier in our lives. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a big role in motivation, focus, and pleasure. People with ADHD often have lower or less consistent dopamine levels, which means we naturally seek out activities that feel instantly rewarding, whether that's excitement, novelty, or even something as simple as checking our phones. And sometimes that can lead to distractions that aren't always the healthiest. Endless scrolling on social media, that's a big one for me. Impulse shopping, I'm sure we've all done the late night Amazon shopping. Procrastinating important tasks for something more fun. Another big one for me, binge watching TV instead of going to bed on time. Or one that I used to really struggle with before I was a faster, overeating for a quick dopamine hit. Now, obviously, these don't make us bad or lazy. They're just quick ways that our brain tries to get the stimulation it craves. However, Mila and I want to find better ways to get that dopamine boost, which leads us to a dopamine menu. So what's a dopamine menu? It's exactly what it sounds like. Think of a restaurant menu. There are different sections with different activities to choose from that give you a different level of stimulation or a different type of dopamine. We've seen others make and share dopamine lists, and we thought it would be fun to make our own personal and to share with you, hopefully to give you some ideas, and maybe you can report back what works for you. This idea was popularized by Jessica McCabe of How to ADHD and Eric Tivers of ADHD Rewired, and we love the structure. There are appetizers. These are quick, low-effort activities that provide a small dopamine boost. There are mains or entrees. These are more time-consuming activities that offer a great sense of accomplishment and reward. There's also sides. These are activities that can be paired with mundane tasks to make them more enjoyable. And finally, there are desserts. These are activities that provide a fast dopamine hit, but should be enjoyed in moderation. And now we are going to share ours. We have made these independently, so Mila doesn't know what's on my list, and I don't know what's on hers, but I really look forward to finding out. Okay, so we are going to start with appetizers. I, born in 1987, wrote mine on paper. A 2010 girl is using an iPad and made it all cutesy. Maybe I'll make mine cute after this. Okay, so we're on appetizers, and the first thing that I wrote down, I love it. It's super easy, but I love to make lists. So it doesn't matter if I'm trying to make a list of something to get from the store or things I want to do today. Lists make me feel good. Even if I haven't accomplished anything, even if it's not a to-do list, I like to make lists. It gives me dopamine. That's my first thing that I thought of. Are you a list maker?
Yes, I actually put that in my sides.
Okay.
The first appetizer for me is listening to music.
I thought about making a prediction, but I knew music would be hers. Yes. And very related. For me, for an appetizer, I put play old country music. Now, I'm not a giant music person, but there are some country music songs that I put on to get myself in a good mood. Honky Tonk Badonky Donk and Sold. She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy. There's a number of them. I love them, and they remind me just of like probably Mila's age, a little younger, up to Mila's age. Just a fun time, and I love listening to them. So it's like a quick little hit of dopamine listening to those songs that just aren't played on the radio anymore.
Yeah. I enjoy listening to them too.
Yeah. Did you put Honky Tonk Badonky Donk on your appetizer list?
No, but I should add it.
Okay, your turn.
My second one is to write. I love to write.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me either. Journal keeper.
Yes.
Note writer.
Yeah.
She writes very nice notes. And I guess I don't see mean ones if you write those. So actually, my third one on my list is to get in my planner. I am not a journal. I don't like to write out my feelings, but I love to be in my planner. So that is writing, but kind of probably goes with list making. I like to think of the future. It gets me excited, but being in my planner, one, writing things down helps me to remember things in the future. That's very scientific and proven. But I just like to be in my planner, even if it's writing the meals that I've already planned for the week in the planner. I just like to write in my planner. It's usually quick. And if I'm bored or looking for something fun, my planner always works.
One of my other ones is to draw or color or just really anything artsy.
I love that. I do have crafting on mine. I don't do it often, but I think I should think of it more. But that's another good one for you. My next one, this is one thing I didn't realize was a very ADHD type trait. to be competitive with yourself with tasks. So I actually have, this one is also kind of on the sides. We'll get to it in a different specific way, but I like to speed walk to a song or jump on my rebounder for a song. I just put a hype song on and do something with it. And it feels very competitive, but it gets my energy going. Usually, do you know what my song is?
Sold?
No, I do like that one, but as an appetizer, I specifically like speed walk or rebound to Uptown Funk. It's like a longer song, but it's super hype, but then I get the activity with it. And for whatever reason, just doing it until that song ends, it's very dopamine giving. It gives life. Okay, your turn.
I put go on golf cart rides.
That's a good one. She has her permit, so she can drive a car with me. But we have a golf cart. They ride around the neighborhood. The dog loves to go. I love that. I do have Snuggle Emmy on my appetizer list. She's our giant mastiff. She thinks she's a baby. She is a baby. Definitely a dopamine giver. I put paint my toenails. Nails, yes, but that's a little more frustrating to me because you have the right hand, left hand thing. But I do like to paint my toenails. It's something that lasts a long time. And then I hate wearing socks. I like to wear sandals. I like my toes to be out. And if I have cute toenails, I just like that feeling. So painting toenails specifically.
Another one I put on is organizing or cleaning. Only at certain times, but I love to organize especially.
Especially if it's like your idea and your area and your benefit. Like it's different to do your bedroom versus like if I tell you to clean the bathroom. So I get that. I have that on my entrees. One of my favorite ones, and we got into this last summer, card games. Deck of cards, endless dopamine. Last summer, I had a mission to teach my kids card games that you can play with a 52 card deck, and we've learned several, and I think it's really been good.
Yeah.
So carry a deck of cards, always have entertainment, because if you know the games, you can teach anyone around you. They don't have to know already. But card games. And I put them in appetizer because most card games aren't very long.
Yeah. My last one is to lay in the sun when it's sunny.
I have a very similar one, but I put it in sides, but it's very, yes, being in the sun is awesome. So because she's done with her appetizers, I'll go through mine. One, stretching. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing it every day. Every time I do it, I'm so happy I did it. And I'm 37. I'm feeling older. If I stretch every day, I just feel better. But I love stretching, like child's pose. I like the one where you after the child's pose, then you stretch and you put your chest to the air. There's a number of stretches. I'm not trying to become a gymnast, but stretching makes me feel really good. I need to be better about habits, which ADHD habits aren't the best thing. They don't come naturally to me, but I do love to stretch. Another one, I love brainstorming. And I almost didn't write that one because to me, it's pretty similar to being in my planner and making lists, but I love to think of ideas. If I'm excited about painting colors or redoing the laundry room, it's fun for me to think of all the things that I could potentially do. And I'm not someone that thinks of it and gets overwhelmed. It's exciting to me. It builds me up. So I like brainstorming and planning. And finally, this last one, it's one that it's hard for me to convince myself to do, but every time I do it, I'm so it fills me. It actually is dopamine giving. But I have to convince myself to do it. My face wash routine. I feel so good afterwards. But it's so easy to go to bed and not wash my face or to wake up and not want to wash my face. But every single time, it's so quick, I just feel better. So I put my face wash routine, which is just wash my face, a toner, moisturizer. So we're done with our appetizers. We're gonna move on to the main course or the entree.
Well, actually my first two kind of go together. Reorganize or move furniture around. I love to redecorate, organize, anything with switching things up.
I love it. I actually have that on mine as well. It's fun because you don't spend money, endless possibilities, and you can just do it over and over again. And if you don't like it, switch it back. I'm gonna lump, because I think my list is longer than yours, I'm gonna lump 3 of them together because they're all very similar. Walk in my neighborhood, which is my number 1 favorite way to walk, or go to the dog park. I have to be in the mood for that one, but I do generally like it. Or walk on my treadmill, and I watch a TV show when I do that. But basically, being in different areas where I can get movement, I enjoy it all. I love going on walks. It's literally one of my favorite things. Sometimes it's hard for me to prioritize it because I feel like I have more productive things to do. That's a trap I fall into, but I love walking in many ways.
My next one is I love to bake.
I love to eat what she bakes. Baking's on mine too, but you're good at it.
Thank
but
you.
The funny thing is you don't really eat what you bake, do you?
No, I'm not a big sweets in baking ways. I don't like sweets that much.
I think that was a really good one, and I had that. I specifically put baking while fasting because then I have it to look forward to, and it's fun for me to be able to enjoy food without eating. That's something I've come to appreciate as a faster. You don't fast, but so I think that's a good one. I also had, by the way, organize and rearrange, literally written the same way on my list. So mother-daughter. The next one, I'm gonna lump a couple together. Meal planning or just planning something on Pinterest. Again, it's very similar to being in my planner, but some like meal planning, I sit down, I make my grocery list, I think of what we have on hand. It is a chore of mine as the grocery shopper and the meal maker, but I love it. And it's fun for me. I love things that are productive and I enjoy. So that's fun. Meal planning, Pinterest planning, even if it's like looking at like dad or my husband's currently redoing the stairs, looking at different ideas. I could do that forever. That's why I put on entrees. A lot of planning goes into different things and I can get sucked into it, but I also don't feel bad about it because it has results in the end.
Going shopping is one of mine. I love to be out of the house.
I did have that in desserts, like if it's shopping for shopping's sake, but I put running errands, which a lot of times my errands do involve shopping, like, oh, we need to get deodorant or we're out of shampoo. I just like to be out of the house. We're very similar in that way. We enjoy being out of the house. It really doesn't matter. Hello, we're filming this in the car. We wanted to get out of the house, but I agree. It's fun. Did you have go to the library on yours?
No, I did not.
I love our local library and I like to just go there and look at what's available, look at the librarian recommendations, and I don't do this very often, but I love going there. One thing I think this menu could be good for is like reminding you of things that you forget about. So if you're like, I need something, what's going on? I could see that and be like, oh yeah, why don't I go to the library? It's free, it's very close, it's something we pay for through our tax dollars. So I guess in the end it's really not free, but it's a wonderful resource and I love our library.
This one is probably a big one for me, taking showers. I love hot showers. And it just brings me joy.
I hate showering. Those kind of tasks feel like such a burden to me. I do not like to shower, so I can't understand that one, but good for you. I wish I felt excited about showers. I've never in my life liked taking a shower. I do it, I don't enjoy it. But I did very similarly. Obviously it wasn't today, but I put doing like my hair and my makeup. I always feel good about it. I enjoy doing my hair, I enjoy doing the makeup, but again, a lot of times I feel like I have more productive things to do or more that is like a tangible result. But whenever I do it, it feels good and I enjoy the effort. Like I like doing my hair, I like doing my makeup. So I put that because doing them both together takes time, but usually is a dopamine boost.
I think so too. I love doing my hair every day. My last one on my list is working out. I do that every day and I love it.
Yeah, go girl. My little athlete here. I already talked about my walking. Walking is the one that I love the most. I do want to get into weight training. It's not on my list yet, so hopefully it will be. I don't do things that I don't love, like running. It will never be on my dopamine list, and I don't think I'll ever be a runner. So you said you're done with yours, so I gotta round mine out. Decluttering is one thing. As a homeowner and a parent, we constantly have gifts that come in the house or we buy things for seasons or certain reasons that we don't need in the future. Decluttering and dropping things off at the thrift store is such a personal satisfaction. I do not have a hard time getting rid of things. Even if it was gifted to me, I don't have a problem with it. I'd rather have the peace of not having it. So decluttering is a huge dopamine hit for me. And if I add it to like a reorganize, redoing a room, there's a lot of dopamine given off in that scenario. In a very similar sense, I said painting something, whether it's a room, furniture, we keep all of our old paint cans. So sometimes if I get a wild hair, I can go find paint that we have and just redo something. You get the craftiness, the change, pretty instant gratification with paint, and a lot of times it's low to no spend. And family games, I put that in entree because a lot of times if we play like a family game, it takes a lot longer than just like a card game, but I enjoy it for the most part.
That's why I didn't put it down, because sometimes
I mean, we have a wide age range, and you know, siblings and parents of kids, it can get a little stressful, but for the most part I enjoy it. Going out to eat is a personal favorite of mine. You guys know that. I love going out to eat, and we do it pretty frequently. It's a time saver. I can get what I want. I don't have to clean up. I don't have to make the food. I love going out to eat. A personal favorite, very similar to something that you said. Cleaning my office. Cleaning my office is something I actually really enjoy because it's my own personal space. I love it so much, and when I keep it clean, it gives me lots of joy. Not only seeing it look pretty and exactly how I want it, but I enjoy the process of cleaning it because it's like the pride of ownership. So that was a very specific one, but cleaning my office is always something I enjoy. So we are moving on to sides. Now this is, my understanding is it's something that you add to something else to make it more fun. Getting a drink while we are out running errands. We stopped and got drinks. I got a Sonic's Sprite Zero.
I got a drink from the mall.
And when you're out doing things that maybe are more mundane, or you don't really want to do, which we kind of already established that we both actually like running errands, but if you didn't, or there is something that I'm dreading, like I don't actually enjoy taking my kids to appointments. I have to do it. It's part of being a mom. But if you have a little drink on the road, it makes it more fun. So I don't do it all the time. We don't do these all the time. I do regularly get my Panera, which is still in the same get a drink, but adding a drink to whatever I'm doing makes it better. So Panera Sips, where I get free all day, every day, black coffee, iced tea, which I drink those while fasting. It is a dopamine hit. I love it, and I have no regrets. But I do love Sonic.
I didn't even think of that one, but I think that's one of mine. I love getting drinks or making drinks. But my first one is face masks. This one probably would have gone in a different section, but just skincare in general. I love doing that every morning and night, even when I don't want to sometimes.
Yep, kind of like I said, yeah. You feel good afterwards, and you got to remind yourself of that sometimes. I'm going to lump two of these together because it's very similar. I love and listen to audiobooks and podcasts. I kind of go in streaks, so I'll listen to podcasts and then I get like burnt out, even though I'm not sick of them, but I'm like, oh, I miss books. So then I'll listen to books, and then I'm like 4 books in and I'm like, oh, I need to catch up on my podcast. So I kind of go back and forth, but I can enjoy pretty much anything 10 times more if I'm listening to something. And I'm not a music lover, so I do not do chores to music. I know I mentioned like the old school country. I will have music on when I'm in the shower, but that's about it, because I really would rather listen to someone tell a story or learn something. Music just isn't a huge thing to me, but audiobooks and podcasts, big win.
That was actually my next one. Audiobooks, not podcasts, but I love doing that.
Side note, it's kind of fun. I can now give her recommendations. Like, she's not reading Junie B. Jones anymore. That was a long time ago, but it's fun that I can like recommend to her some thriller book that I really enjoyed, and then she's reading it, and just last night I was like, ooh, what part are you on? It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a dopamine hit too.
But my next one was make a to-do list. So that kind of went with your appetizer one, but I love making lists.
It is fun.
Yes,
Do you
while
ever
watching TV or something.
Do you ever put things you've already accomplished on your list?
Yes.
Me too. This is very similar to yours and the sun, but if I take something I have to do and just go outside and do it, like if it's a nice sunny day and I'm responding to emails or I'm editing, I can just take my computer and sit outside in the sun, and it's much more enjoyable. Anything I can take out in the sun, it's like, sure.
My next one was lighting a candle. I just feel relaxed when I do it, and makes me happy.
I have one very similar, but I'm afraid of myself and candles. Again, ADHD, I will forget about them, and I don't want to burn down the house. So I'm more leaning towards wax melts, or I set a reminder on Alexa and I tell her to remind me in 45 minutes to blow out the candle. But I put wax melts because I just feel a little safer for myself with those.
Yes.
And honestly for her too. So my next one, this is very similar to my like fast walking or rebounding to a song that I had in appetizers, but I put timer challenges to myself. This is something that I never realized that was like a common among ADHD people, and the more I learn about ADHD, the more I'm like, oh, I'm not the only weirdo that does that. I 100% gamify anything. If I can make it a competition, it feels better. So one thing that I do is like the Uptown Funk. I play it and I try to unload the dishwasher before the song's done. And then I have the accomplishment, I have the reward of beating the song, my chore is done, and I listen to a song that hyped me up. So I set timers, or I'll say, oh, The Price is Right is on in 45 minutes. So I set a timer on my phone and I will not stop cleaning until that's done. And then I'm super productive for 45 minutes. Competing with yourself or gamifying things, I think is a huge thing that I've done my whole life, coping with like focus and motivation, which I never realized was a coping mechanism. I thought it was a weirdo thing, but it's huge. So timing myself, gamifying things.
My last one was caffeine.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that. It's true.
I didn't really know what section that would go in, but I feel like to that one.
I feel like that makes sense with because you're adding it to like other things you're doing. So.
Yeah.
My last one, if I have to sit somewhere and wait for something, audiobooks or podcasts work. But another thing that I really enjoy doing is clearing out the photos on my phone because it's productive. But then you get the fun of like looking through old memories. So I put that as like a side. I know that seems kind of random and obscure, but I enjoy cleaning out the photos. I need to do it all the time. So I'm regularly doing it because I'm recording on my phone right now. So cleaning out the photos or videos on my phone is fun, it's productive, and it doesn't take long.
I didn't even think of that, but that's something I do all the time.
And then you just get to see like, oh, look at this. Delete.
Yes.
Speaking of decluttering, my photos. So there we go. Before we get to desserts, we're taking a drink break. Okay, desserts. First one, and this is a little bit of like I don't know. Instagram is very hard for me because I try to be active on it, but then I feel like if I'm not very consistent, I'm not good at it. But I like to post on Instagram. I then just suddenly like feel like I have to respond to a million messages or not. So I debated on putting it on there, but posting on Instagram, I do enjoy posting. It just kind of sometimes sets me up for feeling overwhelmed, but I need to battle it. So I'm still gonna put it. I enjoy, as I'm posting on Instagram, I do enjoy sharing on Instagram. It feels more relational with you guys. So posting on Instagram.
I wish I could relate.
She doesn't get Instagram yet. Maybe sometime when she's 40.
My first one is getting my nails done. I love getting my nails done, and it feels like I'm treating myself. So
Yes, I love that one too. She
Or
got
doing
me
my nails.
addicted. Yeah, she did her own. Look at those.
yes, still need practice.
She's learning, but I think that's amazing. I didn't put that on mine, but I did put treat yourself. But I was more thinking along the lines of food. So like if I'm out by Crumble Cookie, it is fun for me to stop and get a Crumble Cookie. That's what I was thinking. Or Sweetwater Donut Mill. I don't do those as nearly as frequently as I do drinks because I go to Panera literally every single day, multiple times a day. So it's different to me than the drinks, but I do love getting like just something fun. And I'm talking food. It's a favorite of mine.
That's one of mine because I put snacks, just like I like going and getting snacks that we don't always have in our house.
Like last night we went and got movie night snacks. That was a lot of fun. But we don't do it all the time. And obviously we eat daily. We do that kind of stuff. But we don't need to go buy it to get the dopamine daily. But if I could, I would. I put shopping on mine as a dessert because I was thinking of it different than like, you know, getting the deodorant or the supplies, the things that I buy and need on a daily basis. I'm thinking more like, oh, go to the consignment store and try to find new clothes or go to buy new clothes, that kind of shopping where it's not necessarily a need, but more for fun. I do enjoy it, but it's not a all the time thing.
I just put getting out of the house in general. Not that I don't like our house, but I like being out.
We are cut from the same cloth. Movie nights is another one I said. We enjoy doing movie nights as a family where we kind of like maybe have snacks or we get pizza, but sitting down as a family and having movie nights is fun. I love it. A very low-key way to spend time as a family.
That kind of goes along with one of mine. I put watching comedy, especially comedy. It just gets me to laugh.
I did put vegging and relaxing. Even though like a lot of this is productive, there is a time and a place to just veg out. I don't do it all the time. Obviously, if every day my dopamine seeking was just laying and doing nothing, that wouldn't be good. But it is necessary. And I need to remind myself of that sometimes. Like sometimes it's okay to lay there and just relax. But I could do it in the sun. That is like a reminder to myself. It's okay if your dopamine seeking is just being lazy purposefully.
Yes, that kind of is also like my last one. I put napping, just getting a boost of energy.
Hey, that's on mine too. Did you copy?
No.
Cheater. I don't know where it is on my list, but getting cozy. So I'm talking heating pad, blanket. Adding comfort items is a huge dopamine boost to me. So if I'm doing my meal planning, but then I add on my robe and my slippers and the heating pad behind me and a comfy blanket and a hot cup of coffee next to me, I'm doing my chore, which I like doing anyways. But I'm feeling cozy. I love cozy feeling, especially if we're coming off of very cold winter. Like adding all of that stuff, the coziness, major dopamine boost to me. I just need to get up after that. I think that's it. I think we got through our list.
Yes.
Similar list, but very personalized. Yeah, Mila's is much prettier than mine.
This is my, I don't even know what to call it, dopamine though. That's what your dopamine looks like, but circles.
Oh, very cute. Having these menus will hopefully help us to be more intentional in how we seek and get our dopamine. Instead of defaulting to distractions that don't really serve us, we can choose activities that help us to feel good in the long term. Just like fasting, this isn't about restriction, it's about choosing what really nourishes us. The more I learn about my brain, the more I realize how much power I have to create a life that feels exciting, sustainable, and joyful. Have you ever thought of what's on your dopamine menu? What did we miss? Let us us know, and maybe it's something that we can add to our own personal menus. As I mentioned, doing this is just one of my many steps in trying to pursue a better Jackie. And if you want more information about fasting and the benefits I've received from that, you can check out this video right here, which has started my whole improved Jackie last 5 years. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao down and ciao.